Welcome, welcome. All right, guys. So today we're going to learn about how to hook a set of doubles, how to do it safely and most efficiently as possible. Here we go. All right, so I'm backing up my dolly. The most important thing to do with your dolly is make sure it's lined up. So normally there will be a reference point on the back of the trailer. Right there you see the black line. That is where the pintle hook is underneath the trailer. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you are lining up the split where the pintle hook goes in right there on the apron plate, and make sure that you're lining that up. If it is not lined up, don't drop it. It will just make more trouble for you in the long run. Okay, when you lift with your legs, push back. Don't yank the dolly back and forth because you can hurt your back and cause yourself an injury. Don't do that, all right? So we got really lucky this time. Our trailers were side by side, made it really easy and convenient for hooking. That never happens, but we got lucky for the sake of this video, and it did. Here we go. All right, so when you're backing up, make sure you go slow and steady because you can see right there is a gap between the trailer. The trailer was dropped too high. So what I'm going to do is I am going to lower the trailer just a bit. So we're going to put the landing gear up just a bit. If you can see right in there is a gap formed. So what can happen is you can high hook or mishook that trailer, and that can cause a drop trailer or potential drop trailer on the highway. That would be very dangerous. So I went ahead and put that up so there is a small gap underneath the landing gear now. Now I'm going to jump back in, back it all the way underneath. And then after it's backed in, you hear that click of it, then you're going to want to make sure you do a tug test. Do the tug test to ensure, just pull it forward just a little bit. You don't need to drag it 50 feet, okay? Just a little forward. Now, put the landing gear up after you check to make sure it is hooked. Make sure that bar and know your apron plate and your fifth wheel. Make sure you know how that is supposed to look when it's all hooked up. Check to make sure nobody's still loading into the trailer or unloading. And then wind up that landing gear. Make sure you keep your face away from the landing gear handle because you can totally knock your teeth out. Not fun. Or bust yourself in the face. All right, so now we're going to hook up the airlines. Make sure the grommets are good before hooking. Make sure you get the service line with the service line. That's the blue line. The emergency line with the emergency line. And make sure that you get that light cord in there good and tight and that the flap goes back over it so it does hold it in position and locked while driving down the road. All right, so now I'm going to jump back in. We're going to line up the first trailer, the lead trailer, with the kite, which is the rear trailer. So when you're doing that, you want to make sure you position the dolly so that it appears that everything is lined up in your mirror, that everything makes a nice straight line. If it does not make a nice straight line when it's in your mirror and it appears to already be hooked, then the hook for your dolly is not going to be lined up, and you're going to have to yank your dolly around, which then is going to move your dolly out of placement, and it's going to make it harder to hook your set. So you want to make sure you get close, but not too close. Don't run up onto the dolly. It's just going to cause damage, and that is an accident, folks, if you do that. So once again, make sure you lift with your legs. Go ahead and open the hook right there. Lift with your legs and pull it on up there. And then whenever you do hook that, make sure you're double checking to make sure the hook did take. Put on your safety chains there. I'm going to go ahead and hook up the airline so the dolly can start getting air to it. And then hook the light cord. All right, everything is looking good there. So we just want to close off that line right there so you're not just losing air. All right, now I'll jump back in, and then I'm just going to back that dolly up. And because I had everything lined up so nice and easy, like I said, this is the ideal, perfect situation that does not always happen. You're just going to back it up and make sure it hooks. And when it hooks, you're going to do another tug test. Pull it forward just a bit to make sure that it's hooking. All right, you can see it's not hooked yet. Okay, there we go. All good. And if you do have a teammate, make sure they are not in between your trailer. Never back up, never move unless you can see your teammate. We checked that trailer door. It's all good. All right. Now we're going to take the airlines off the dolly, and we're going to hook it up and make sure we got it in the right order. We got the lights hooked in place. We got the service line and the emergency line. They're all hooked up. Now, once again, check underneath there to make sure that it is actually hooked in place. Okay, make sure there's no gap. The fifth wheel is locked in place. And then, once again, wind up the landing gear. Here we go. A little workout. Woo! Feel the burn. Cranking and cranking and cranking and crank. Here we go. Wind, 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 wind. Almost there. Almost there, I swear. Okay. So there we go. And make sure you put the landing gear handle back in the cradle. Okay, everything's good. Now we're just going to go around and kick your tires, check your lights, and all that good stuff. And that is how you hook a set, okay, guys? So we're going to be doing 2 more videos, how to unhook the set and the things not to do while hooking your set that can cause you to get some serious injuries, like smashing off a finger. I have seen that happen, but I'm going to tell you all about that. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and enjoy the adventures.